So hello everyone, at this class I'm going to discuss some numericals based on Bernoulli trials and binomial distribution. This is the last topic of probability. Okay, so already I have discussed the meaning of Bernoulli trials, when we have to use Bernoulli trials, as well as the binomial distribution. I have given the table, that is the formula also, okay, where we have to use the expansion formula. Well, that one you got in class 11, binomial expansion formula, right? So let us discuss some numericals. The first question is 10 eggs. Read the question properly, listen the question. 10 eggs are drawn successively with replacement from a lot containing 10% defective eggs. So how many eggs we have to draw? 10 eggs. 10 eggs are drawn successively with replacement from a lot, okay, which contains 10% of defective eggs. तो जितना eggs है उसमें 10% defective eggs है. Total number of eggs में 10% defective है. Okay, so that means बाकी 90% non-defective होगा. Okay, so what you have to find out, whether you have to select 10%, whether you have to select defective egg or non-defective egg. Read the next part. Find the probability that there is at least one defective egg. You have to find defective egg, the probability of at least one. At least means minimum one defective egg. So how many eggs we have to select? 10 eggs from a lot. ठीक है, टोटल नंबर ऑफ एग्स में 10% डिफेक्टिव है और 90% नॉन डिफेक्टिव है, और हम लोगों को सिलेक्ट करना है 10 एग्स, एंड वो 10 एग्स में मिनिमम एक एग डिफेक्टिव होना चाहिए. फाइंड द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट देयर इज एटलीस्ट वन डिफेक्टिव एग. मिनिमम एक डिफेक्टिव होना चाहिए. तो मिनिमम एक डिफेक्टिव होगा तो मैक्सिमम कितना एग्स डिफेक्टिव हो सकता है? हाउ मेनी एग्स वी हैव टू ड्रॉ? 10 एग्स. तो मैक्सिमम 10 एग्स डिफेक्टिव हो सकता है. यस, प्रोबेबिलिटी मींस अनसर्टेनिटी, चांसेस. उसमें मिनिमम एक अंडा डिफेक्टिव होना चाहिए. सिंस यू हैव टू सिलेक्ट 10 एग्स, so that means maximum 10 eggs will be defective. Okay, so first of all we should know the values of P and Q as well as N, because here we are going to use Bernoulli trials and binomial distribution. And for binomial distribution we should know the value of the first factor as well as the second factor. That means here what about P? P represent probability of success. सक्सेस मतलब क्वेश्चन में जो पूछा गया वो है सक्सेस. ओके, क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा गया है? प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट देयर इज एटलीस्ट वन डिफेक्टिव एग. नाउ इन दिस क्वेश्चन हाउ मेनी डिफेक्टिव एग्स आर देयर? फ्रॉम ए लॉट देयर आर 10% डिफेक्टिव एग्स, राइट? सो P विल बी 10 by 100, मतलब आउट ऑफ 100 10 डिफेक्टिव है. दैट मीन्स 1 by 10. So if P is 1 by 10, that means easily we can find Q. Q is 1 minus 1 by 10, that means 9 by 10. Of course 9 by 10 ही होगा, because 10% अगर defective egg है तो obviously 90% non-defective होगा. Yes. So now we know the value of P, we know Q. What about N? N means how many eggs we have to draw. So we have to draw 10 eggs. Okay. Since the drawn are with replacement, that's why we have to use Bernoulli trials. Okay, since we have to draw these 10 eggs with replacement, so here the trials is Bernoulli trials. Okay, so P equal to 1 by 10, Q is equal to 9 by 10, N is equal to 10, because we have to select 10 eggs. Okay, now probability of at least, फॉर्मूला ठीक से देखना है. अभी मैं क्या लिख रहा हूं? प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ एटलीस्ट वन डिफेक्टिव एग, दैट इज प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ x is greater than or equal to 1. Yes or not? Here x is what? It's a random variable. So whether you use binomial distribution or probability distribution, you should know the value of capital letter x. तो capital letter x यहाँ पे क्या represent कर रहा है? Capital letter x represent कर रहा है कितना defective eggs select करना है. You are asked to find the probability of minimum one defective egg. So minimum one means we can write probability of x greater than or equal to 1. I hope you can understand this inequality sign. Greater than or equal to means minimum 1. तो maximum कितना हो सकता है? 10, because we have to select total 10 x. Okay, so probability of x greater than or equal to 1, this is equal to the shortcut formula. We can write it as 1 minus probability of x equal to 0. I will explain why I have written x equal to 0. Probability of at least one defective x. In mathematically we can write it as probability of x greater than equal to 1, which is equal to 1 minus p of x equal to 0, means 1 minus probability of none of them is defective. Okay, this is a formula. Probability of minimum one defective egg is equal to 1 minus probability of none of them is defective. Okay, because you have to select 10x. तो probability of x greater than 1 को मैं ऐसे भी लिख सकता हूँ, probability of x equal to 1 plus probability of x equal to 2 plus probability of x equal to 10, because you need to select total 10x. तो 1 से लेकर 10 तक ही होगा, because you have to select the x where at least one is defective. At least one defective मतलब maximum कितना defective हो सकता है? All 10x डिफेक्टिव हो सकता है ना, तो इसलिए 1 से 10 तक लिखना पड़ेगा. तो 1 से 10 तक अगर बाइनोमियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन यूज करना है तो बहुत टाइम लग जाएगा. ठीक है, दैट्स व्हाई बेटर टू यूज दिस रिजल्ट. सेम आंसर मिलेगा, इसको सिंप्लीफाई करने से, वैल्यू पुट करके सिंप्लीफाई करने से जो रिजल्ट मिलेगा यहाँ पे भी सेम ही रिजल्ट मिलेगा. सो बेटर टू यूज दिस फॉर्मूला, इट विल टेक लेस टाइम. ओके, so probability of at least one defective egg is 1 minus probability of none of them is defective. That means 1 minus. So p of x equal to 0. What's the binomial distribution formula? P plus q whole thing to the power n is equal to ncr. P to the power r into q to the power n minus r, right? So ncr, n is here 10. So 10cr, r is 0. 10c 0, p means 1 by 10, so 1 by 10 to the power 0 into 9 by 10 to the power 10. यहाँ से ही कंफर्म कर सकते हो whether your result is correct or not. 1 by 10 means it is the value of p, and according to our question, what is p? P means probability of at least one that is 10% defective egg. Yes or not? लेकिन probability of x greater than equal to 1 is equal to, I have written 1 minus probability of x equal to 0. That means none of them is defective. So whether p represent none of them is defective or q represent none of them is defective, of course q. Okay, so इसीलिए तो q का power 10 हुआ, because we need to select 10x. So out of 10, if all are non-defective, so non-defective का power ही तो 10 होगा, तो फिर defective का power 0 होगा, and if you add these two exponent, it is 10 only, and you have to select 10x. Okay, so like this you can verify whether your answer is correct or not. So after that you can simplify it. The simplification part I will not explain. Okay, so the next part you can solve by yourself. Okay, so this is the main part. Try to understand the question, read the question 2-3 times, and then put the values. Okay, so now I will explain the next question. What is the next question? On a multiple choice examination, with 3 possible answers, generally MCQ questions में 4 answers होता है, possible answers, लेकिन यहाँ पे बताया गया कि with 3 possible answers for each of the 5 questions. यहाँ तक पढ़ के क्या समझ में आया? That means we have total 5 questions. और 5 मतलब ये n का वैल्यू होगा. Yes, here n is equal to 5. What is the probability that a candidate would get 4 or more correct answers, 4 or more correct answers just by guessing. So इस last part का meaning क्या बताया गया? What is the probability that a candidate would get 4 or more correct answers? How many questions are there in that question paper? 5 questions. And what is the probability that a candidate would get 4 or more correct answers? So that means 4 or more का मतलब 4 or more means you need to find probability of 4 plus probability of 5, or means here 5. Why P of 4 plus P of 5? Because I 4 or more मतलब 4 हो सकता है या 4 से ज्यादा हो सकता है. Since in that paper, question paper, there are total 5 questions, so we cannot write P of 6. So P of 5 is the maximum value. Okay, so you need to find the value of P of 4 plus P of 5. So for this, first you should know the values of N, values of P, values of Q. Okay, so let us find first those values. Solution of the second question. So clearly from the second line we can say that here N is equal to 5 because the question paper contains 5 questions. Okay, what will be the value of P? P represent probability of success. Success मतलब क्वेश्चन में जो पूछा गया उसका वैल्यू है सक्सेस. ओके, सो क्वेश्चन से क्या पूछा गया? व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट ए कैंडिडेट वुड गेट 4 और मोर करेक्ट आंसर, 4 और मोर करेक्ट आंसर जस्ट बाय गेसिंग. क्वेश्चन में जो पूछा जाएगा वो होता है हमेशा P का वैल्यू. ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे पूछा गया क्या? करेक्ट आंसर के बारे में, रॉन्ग आंसर के बारे में नहीं. सो सिंस देयर आर टोटल 5 क्वेश्चंस, each questions contains how many options? 3 options. That means out of 3 1 is the correct option. ठीक है ना, MCQ क्वेश्चन है तो मतलब जनरली MCQ पेपर में 4 ऑप्शंस होता है, उसमें से एक करेक्ट होता है, राइट? तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में मेंशन किया गया कि 3 पॉसिबल आंसर्स. तो 3 पॉसिबल आंसर्स मतलब देयर आर 3 ऑप्शंस. आउट ऑफ 3 1 इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. सो 1 इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन मींस प्रोबेबिलिटी विल बी 1/3. यस, सो इफ P इज 1/3 तो Q मतलब 2/3 तो होगा ना. यस और नॉट? अगर 3 ऑप्शन में एक करेक्ट है तो बाकी तो रॉन्ग होगा ही. ओके, सो नाउ वी नो द वैल्यूज ऑफ P, Q एज वेल एज N. सो देयरफॉर you are asked to find the probability that a candidate would get 4 or more correct answers. So candidate would get 4 or more correct answers means probability of 4 plus probability of 5. Probability of 4 means NCR. N is 5, C, R is 4 here. Okay, I have not written X equal to 4. Meaning is same only. Whether you write P of 4 or P of X equal to 4, the meaning is same. So 5C4 P to the power, P is 1/3 to the power 4 into 2/3 to the power 1, because 4 plus 1 is 5 only. There are 5 questions. Similarly, plus for P of 5 what you will write? 5C5 1/3 to the power 5, 2/3 to the power, it should be 0 because 5 plus 0 is 5 only. क्वेश्चन मतलब ये लिखने से ही समझ में आ जाएगा. देखो P of 4 का मतलब 4 करेक्ट आंसर्स. यस, तो मतलब एक क्वेश्चन रॉन्ग होगा. देयर आर 5 क्वेश्चंस, 5 में से अगर 4 करेक्ट है तो करेक्ट आंसर के बारे में पूछा गया. अगर 4 क्वेश्चंस करेक्ट है तो एक क्वेश्चन रॉन्ग होगा. तो 4 क्वेश्चंस करेक्ट मतलब 1/3 टू द पावर 4 बिकॉज P रिप्रेजेंट करेक्ट आंसर, Q रिप्रेजेंट रॉन्ग आंसर, तो इसलिए एक रॉन्ग, दैट्स व्हाई टू द पावर 1. सिमिलरली P of 5 means all 5 questions are correct. You are asked to find the correct answer ना. So P of 5 means all 5 are correct. So all 5 are correct means there is no chance of getting wrong. So इसीलिए 2/3 to the power value 0 हुआ. Okay. So now the next part you have to solve by yourself. The simplification part only. I will explain only the main part. Okay. Some more models I will discuss now. So let us discuss some more questions based on Bernoulli trials and binomial distribution. The next question, that is question number 3, is find the probability of getting 5. Find the probability of getting 5 exactly twice in 7 throws of a die. Find the probability of getting 5 exactly twice in 7 throws of a die. एक बार नहीं, 2 बार नहीं, 7 times थ्रो किया गया है एक डाई को. ठीक है, तो जैसे 7 टाइम्स थ्रो करने से सैंपल स्पेस लिखना पॉसिबल नहीं है, तो ऐसा टाइप का केस में मैं पहले भी बताया था, अभी भी मैं बता रहा हूं कि ट्राई टू फाइंड फॉर 1 थ्रो, मतलब एक बार थ्रो करने में प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग 5 कितना होगा। देन 7 टाइम्स थ्रो करने में टू द पावर 7 लिखने से हो जाएगा। यस, सो सिंस यू हैव टू फाइंड द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग 5, number 5 exactly twice in 7 throws of a die. So first of all, find out the probability of getting 5 if a die is thrown once. This is equal to 1 by 6 only. Yes, there are 6 faces. Out of 6, one face contains 5. So probability of getting 5 if a die is thrown once is 1 by 6. So question में जो पूछा जाता है वही होता है p का वैल्यू. So this is the value of p. So if this is p, therefore q is equal to 1 minus 1 by 6. That means 5 by 6. Yes. Okay. So now we know the values of p. We know q. So what about n? N means how many times you have to throw the die? 7 times. So here n is equal to 7. So therefore probability of getting 5 exactly twice, this is equal to, देखो 7 टाइम्स थ्रो किया गया है, लेकिन 7 टाइम्स के लिए सक्सेस नहीं पूछा. सक्सेस किसके लिए पूछा? गेटिंग 5 एग्जैक्टली ट्वाइस, 2 बार. यू हैव टू थ्रो द डाई 7 टाइम्स, बट यू नीड द 5 फेज 5 एग्जैक्टली ट्वाइस. सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ NCR? N means total number of objects. So here N is 7. R means how many times we need to select. So here how many times we need to get 5, phase 5? 2. So here R is 2. So 7 C2 P to the power. P means 1 by 6. 1 by 6 to the power 2 into 5 by 6 to the power. अगर 1 by 6 to the power 2 होगा तो 5 by 6 to the power क्या होना चाहिए? 5, because 2 plus 5 7. You have to throw the die 7 times, और 7 times में से 2 बार ही सक्सेस पूछा, मतलब 2 बार 5 आना चाहिए. So probability of getting 5 if a die is thrown once is 1 by 6. अगर 2 बार है तो 1 by 6 to the power 2. अगर 3 बार है तो 1 by 6 to the power 3. अगर 4 बार है तो 1 by 6 to the power 4. It depends. क्वेश्चन में जितना पूछा जाएगा वही लिखना है. अगर यहाँ पे exactly 5, exactly 4 पूछा जाएगा तो so 1 by 6 to the power 4 होगा. यानी if here 1 by 6 to the power 4, then this will be 5 by 6 to the power 3, because 4 plus 3 is 7. वो याद रखना है, वो दिमाग में रखना है कि जितना बार थ्रो किया गया उसका समेशन, एक्सपोनेंट का समेशन, मतलब फेल्यूर और सक्सेस का एक्सपोनेंट का समेशन भी सेम आना चाहिए. Then only it will be correct answer. Okay, so the remaining part you need to solve by yourself. Okay, the simplification part. So this is all about question number 3. Now I will discuss the next question, that is question number 4. What is there in question number 4? The probability that a student is not a swimmer. The probability that the student is not a swimmer is 1 by 5. Okay, swimmer नहीं है, swimmer नहीं है, वो 1 by 5 दिया हुआ है. ठीक है. So probability that the student is not a swimmer is equal to 1 by 5. Then what is the probability that out of 5 students 4 are swimmer? पूछा गया है कितना स्विमर है, लेकिन वैल्यू जो दिया गया है प्रोबेबिलिटी का, ये नॉट ए स्विमर का वैल्यू. तो जो पूछा गया है उसका वैल्यू भी तो पहले फाइंड आउट करना है. सो इफ यू नो द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट द स्टूडेंट इज नॉट ए स्विमर, which is equal to 1 by 5, then easily we can find the probability that the student is a swimmer. This is equal to 1 minus 1 by 5. So this is equal to 4 by 5 ही होगा. Yes? Okay. क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा गया है? क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया है हाउ मेनी स्विमर्स आर देयर. दैट मीन्स आउट ऑफ 5 4 आर स्विमर. तो क्वेश्चन में जो पूछा जाता है दैट इज ऑलवेज वी हैव टू कंसीडर द वैल्यू ऑफ पी, दैट इज प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सक्सेस. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे जो कितना स्विमर है, आउट ऑफ 5 4 स्विमर, ये पूछा गया है. तो दैट मीन्स यहाँ पे 4 by 5 होगा पी का वैल्यू, या जो दिया गया है क्वेश्चन में उसका वैल्यू होगा पी का वैल्यू. Of course 4 by 5 is the value of p, because 4 by 5 is the probability of that the student is a swimmer, and you have to find out of 5 4 are swimmer, not swimmer नहीं. Okay, so if this is p, this is always q. ठीक है, ये तो q ही होगा. Okay, so therefore the required probability that the student out of 5 4 are swimmer, out of 5 4 are swimmer, that means now it is confirmed that here n is 5. Yes, total number of students are 5, so n is 5. Out of 5 how many swimmers are there? 4 are swimmer, that means here r is 4. Okay, so 4 by 5 to the power 4 into 1 by 5 to the power 1, because 4 plus 1 that is 5 only, since there are total 5 students. Okay, तो summation must be equal, मतलब p और q का exponent का जो summation होगा, this is equal to always the value of n. Okay, so for 4 by 5 to the power 4. Why 4 by 5 to the power 4? Because यहाँ पे out of 5 4 swimmer पूछा गया, and already we have find out that the probability that the student is a swimmer is 4 by 5. तो इसीलिए out of 5 4 are swimmer है, तो उसका probability 4 by 5 to the power 4 होगा. So अगर 4 swimmer है तो there is only one chance of getting not a swimmer, that means 1 by 5 to the power 1. Okay, so the remaining simplification part you do by yourself. Okay, this is all about Bernoulli distribution, Bernoulli trials and binomial distribution questions. In the next class, I will discuss some extra questions based on probability. मतलब total probability को mix करके, like Bayes theorem question, probability distribution, random variable question, then conditional probability, Bernoulli trials. So सब कुछ mix होगा, ऐसा miscellaneous questions discuss करूँगा. Okay, so these questions I will discuss in the next class. So thank you for today.